What is
There has been
this?
there has
this?
been a penalty on the summer
Why did you get my scarf?
because it was the closest thing to a yellow flag that I could find. There's been a penalty on the summer by one Allison King.
What?
Let's share with the crowd.
What is happening?
Allie is Summer Allie, and I would like to give her props
I don't
for
know what to do with this now.
trying to create a space during the week to where the kids aren't playing upstairs in my office while I'm trying to do work, of which I appreciate.
Okay.
However, one of the things that Allie has purchased to entertain the children
Didn't know.
was what I just used. Where did I even put it? Did I put it here?
I don't know. No, you have it.
I don't know where it went anymore.
Well, good.
The whistle. There is the whistle.
I didn't know.
Not only is there a whistle, there are handcuffs.
Okay.
And there's like a full setup. And so we've got our kids running around with handcuffs and police whistles. It's a dress up set. So
I felt bad for the boys.
Let me
Palmer
just-
had all this stuff, and the boys didn't have anything, and so I got what I thought what Amazon told me it was just like these vests and like
they
some
didn't.
hats.
Allison, you need to read the fine details
No,
to know that there's
it's okay.
noise making.
And so I
because
didn't
what did our
know.
kids do all day today? They took turns with the police whistle, blowing it constantly all day.
I'm sorry.
So flag on the play
didn't know.
this summer for one Allison King.
Okay, well, if we're keeping score, I want that in these shelves, a scoreboard.
That's actually legit what we need. We need a scoreboard, and then we need to have
That's
some
probably
rules.
not healthy
No,
for our marriage, but
it's content though. It's great for the pod.
okay. Well, is that a point for you, or is
That
it
would
like a
be-
golf situation where you don't want like lowest score?
Wrong.
Like, are points penalties?
Low points are penalties. So it's like
So you
You
get a
want-
mark.
you get a mark. So it's not like points. It's like demerits.
Oh no!
So yes.
Look at us riffing right now
Whoa.
and refining something.
Whoa. Hold up.
Hold up!
Is somebody salty?
No, I'm not salty. I was a
Are
plug
you-
for your own thing.
Are you upset that I'm stepping out?
A little bit. Not really. Really, I'm like, please take him.
We can talk about that in a minute. This is episode 30.
I thought we were starting over.
We haven't yet. We'll figure that out yet. We're riffing right now. Episode 30 of the No One Asked Us podcast. This is my beautiful wife, Allison, in a shirt that we will have to discuss.
Oh, it's a great shirt.
And I'm Will. Let's do it!
I'm a little upset
Why are you upset, Allison?
because Will and I are planning our week and we're talking about everything that we need to do. And he
Oh
was
man,
like,
now I have no idea what this is about.
How do you like
I don't
that?
like having. I don't like. What is
So-
it? The shoe on the other foot.
So he was like, hey, we need to go ahead and record our podcast so that way we can take all these down because we're having company over. And
That's true. That's
like,
true.
okay, fine. And he's like, so we're going to record a podcast tonight. And I'm like, okay,
Facts.
sounds wonderful. What are we talking about? I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, that's right. I had to surprise her with the penalty flag.
That was it?
That was it.
Oh. Womp, womp.
I thought that was a good bit. That's rude.
Okay, then do you want to just like shut this off?
No,
'Cause
I
that's
mean
all you
that
had
wasn't.
planned?
No, I've got other stuff planned, but that was like
But
the
I
one I
don't
didn't
know.
want to tell you about, so you were
But I don't
surprised.
know about anything.
Well, it's okay. We'll
And so I
figure
don't
that out
love
as we
that.
go.
That's not fair.
I mean, okay, so let's just kick it off.
Okay.
Since you brought it up, I am starting another podcast type show with buddy Josh Siri. That is going to be the reason I explained it on our first episode of that, which is on YouTube, Riff and Refine. I explained it as this was going to be my work outlet for yapping, but then you got involved because I asked you to.
Me?
Yeah, you got involved with what previously known as Strong Opinions Weekly Held.
You asked me.
That's what I just said, Allison.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I said by my request, you got involved.
Oh, sorry. I just,
And
automatic
then it has like
defense, but-
slowly turned into more about like our relationship
yeah.
and our family
Mm-hmm,
and just talking about life
So
and humor
basically,
and
you couldn't yap about work to me, so you had to find some poor soul
well,
to
here's the
yap
thing.
their
Every
ear
time I
off.
yap about work, I'm sure the crowd has noticed this if they are watchers on YouTube. You pull your phone up and start just scrolling through whatever because you can't you're just like this is boring. So,
If
yeah,
the shoe
I went and
fits.
I went and found somebody else. I'm stepping out.
Good. Take him. He can have
Anyway,
you.
so we're doing stuff that's on like creativity and making and
Love that.
it'll be dope. But
It'll be so great. Congratulations. Proud of you.
yeah, it's gonna be
Keep on
fun.
keeping on.
I think I think what's so funny is I think both of these podcasts have like a lot of potential to be something if we wanted them to be something.
Okay.
And I've thought about it because I'm like, we're really not catering to the right audience
I
for this
know.
podcast.
We're really not.
We're really not. There's a much bigger demographic of, Midwestern
I don't. No.
women
Just
who would be
people.
very interested in
I
this.
don't feel like it needs to be Midwestern. It's just people in general.
But
But anywho, we're not doing that today.
anyway, I've thought about it and I don't think I want to do that. Like, I don't think I want this one specifically to be.
You don't want this to be what takes off because you want to take off for other reasons.
Here's why. I thought about it. It's like, I don't want this one to take off because I don't want this to turn into like a business.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
I love doing this with you and I love being able to talk about like the actual reality of our life and what's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't like having to feel like I've got to come on to this thing that we record with trying to outdo what we did before, and I feel like if it went big and it was something that was making money,
Disclaimer, we're not ever going to make it big.
we're not on purpose. And I think we could if we really wanted to. Take
don't
it
think so.
bigger, at least.
I don't think so. Nobody cares about us. Nobody asked us. Literally.
Literally,
no one
asked us.
So-
However, I think there's a big, clearly with all the other type of podcasts like this, there's like a market for people who love watching couples and hearing about like
Banter.
life, banter, humor, relationships, family, raising children. Like that content is all over your feed. On
Correct.
like, so it's like there's clearly a market for it, but it's just like I don't want our life to turn into like content.
Yeah, I get that.
But I love doing this because the reason I do like doing this and sharing it with who we share it with, where we share it,
All 8 of you.
right, is like y'all are my buddies and like y'all care about us. Like you don't, it's not that you're
Yeah,
like,
it's so funny. Your buddies know about this.
but your
None
buddies
of mine
don't.
do.
I don't know why. You could share it with them.
I don't know why. I just haven't.
You should. I don't know. Like I just see
don't
this.
know. I
I
just
see
feel
this
it
as
as
like
like
this
a-
is something fun. Okay, here's why.
You know
Okay,
why? I
go
know
ahead.
why I
Go ahead.
haven't shared
Let's
it.
see why you haven't shared it, and I'll see why.
I bet you can guess why I haven't shared it.
Because I'm on it.
No, and all of my friends know about you.
That's
as a
fair.
person.
That's fair.
No, I think it's shockingly out of my character to do something like this.
Oh, incredibly out of your
Like-
character. Like this is not.
This isn't
What's
anywhere
funny is, like,
within my wheelhouse of, like
It's you,
it.
but it's not a you that is seen in most circumstances socially.
Correct. And it's also not me to be like, hey,
Come
I've
look
started
at
this
me.
thing.
Right. Whereas I have no shame.
None. I have all the shame.
You hold all the shame for us.
So it's just like I haven't because somebody needs to rein us in.
That's fair. I respect that. I also was thinking about it too from like this is in my way, like a way of internet friends knowing us better because we don't get to see them all the time. Whereas like all of your friends, all of the people that you socialize with or message already know us pretty intimately, either because they're in town and spend a lot of time with us and get to see us interacting, or like we went to college with them, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, you don't have a ton of like internet friends that you just have not ever met in person, or have only
no
gotten
internet friends.
right, or like you've gotten to only meet a couple times. So it's like, whereas I have like, I don't know if this is embarrassing to say or not. However, but like most of my closest friends, I would consider to be the ones on the internet, like my internet buddies who I have seen at least all the ones I consider my closest at least once in person. And if not, I've had like video calls with them to where we've gotten to like face-to-face interact. However,
I don't know. I feel like we can dive into that another time because
why?
I don't know.
Anyway, back to Riff and Refine, I
Okay.
guess. That's where we started.
Yeah.
I think that's one that could take off.
Yeah.
It's more like business focused, creativity focused, which is like, man, if the people want to pay me and Josh, as we like hopefully get a bigger audience with that, like I'm fine having everyone see us
I think
talk
I'm
about
just
that kind
like,
of stuff.
somebody pay you. I think it's like, I want to talk to those people that, Will? You want to pay Will? Will King?
Why not, Allison?
I don't know.
They wouldn't be paying me. They would be
I mean,
paying
you get it.
for the people who pay attention
Okay.
to me.
But
But
still.
so what you're saying is like, why would anyone pay attention to Will?
Yeah.
That's
You
fair.
don't have
That's
to.
fair. I don't know. I feel like in the realm of the stuff that we're talking about, I'm pretty decent with like design, creativity,
I just
etc.
want to let it know that I wasn't checking my messages because you were talking about work, but my mom called.
Oh,
That's why I was
it's
doing
fine. It's fine. You didn't pick your phone up. A watch is fine.
that. Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, me and Josh have a new thing that we're trying to do. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
But
I don't know what's coming up next.
the other
for us
thing
to talk about.
Right, the next thing that I'd like to talk about is how perfect today was.
Ooh, not the
Today,
word I'd use for it, but you know.
okay, I see. It's not perfect in the classical sense of like it was the best day ever, but today felt like the essential, like quintessential. That's the word I'm looking for. The quintessential family with small children day.
Yeah.
In a way that was like at the end of it, you're like tired, but feel very rewarded in the way the day is. Here's why. Let's give you an outline of today. Today,
Interesting.
we woke up. Surprise.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. Totally fine. That's what time
That's
we wake up
normal
all
for
the
us.
time. And then we went to our favorite, delightfully mediocre breakfast.
Yep.
Although their breakfast, okay, the rest of their
breakfast-
meals are like delightfully mediocre. The,
The
breakfast
breakfast
slaps. It's Chappie's. We all love Chappie's.
Chappie's Deli.
Chappie's.
That's the sponsor we need.
We
in our life.
need Chappie's. Just that's
Okay,
what I'm talking about.
pause.
That's a great
I
idea,
got
actually.
the VIP treatment at Chappie's the other day, and we didn't have a chance to talk about this.
Wait, was I there?
Yes, you were already in the restaurant.
Oh, I saw you.
sitting
You
down.
got a little back door. You got a little
They
back
like
door
let
entrance.
me through the back door, and they were like,
Yeah.
"They're already seated," and I'm like, "Yes, they are. They
They
already
saw
know
you
me.
coming in and were like, it's
She's-
Allie. She can come
she's
in there.
Chappie's
Yeah.
VIP."
We are Chappie's VIP. We come in for breakfast and they like know what we want.
Yeah.
There's one of the waitresses that like literally meets us at the door because like she knows all of our kiddos and she
Yeah.
brings our youngest
A yogurt.
a yogurt every time and feeds him
And
yogurt
just like
because
puts
he
Davis
loves
on her
it.
hip,
Yeah,
and, you know,
it's
It's
fantastic.
great. But I got like the royal treatment at Chappie's, and I'm like, wow,
It's
I've
great.
arrived.
You have arrived.
That's
There's
peak-
nothing better than walking in.
Peak Chappie's.
There's nothing better than walking into a restaurant and being a regular, in my opinion.
But also, I'd be devastated if they treated others that way. I'm sure other people are also peak
you like
Chappie's.
you like exclusive.
Yeah.
Well, today the waitress that we're friends with, like, was talking about like she just saw somebody walking out and she's like, oh, she's 36 weeks. Like, talking about her like we should know her. I'm like, oh, we don't know who this person is. I'm
know
like,
who it
oh
is.
no, it's someone else. It's
I
like
know,
somebody else who
she's-
regularly goes, and now they know that person. But it's great having other
Anywho,
regulars.
we had a wonderful breakfast at Chappie's.
Wonderful breakfast at Chappie's. We wrap up breakfast at Chappie's and we go and get groceries. It was a big grocery haul.
We were out
3
of
kiddos.
everything.
It's Publix, so you know if you've got kids, you know it's all about the driving buggies. So we've got our driving buggies.
Yep.
We do the grocery haul. We come back. There are so many groceries. It takes me 2 trips.
I thought you said on Twitter it took you one.
No. Do you not understand? Oh, you misunderstood the tweet.
Whoa. First of all, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Did you not understand?
Did you not? She clearly didn't, everybody.
Do you not
She
understand?
It's okay. The other person, I must have worded it terribly because the other person, so Mike Builds is his name on Twitter, he misunderstood the tweet as well.
It's probably you.
It was probably me. I'm terrible at wording things. I should get you to
It took you
proofread.
multiple times to bring all those groceries in. Anywho,
It did. It took me more than one. The tweet was like days since. It took me more than one. 0.
I think you
as
left
in like
out more.
I I don't know. Anyway,
I'm doing
moving
it.
on.
That's why I'm grabbing my phone.
Anyway,
I'm gonna
so
expose you right here, right now.
we went to the grocery store. We did all those big errands. We come home and, we unload all this. Well, tomorrow we are having everybody over to our house in the neighborhood that has kids our age for like a big splash party. Like we got the big inflatable with the bouncy castle and the slide into it. And that's going to come tomorrow, which means if you're married,
just glitch.
I did have just like a moment where I was like, what was the next thing I was going to say? I don't know. Okay. Which if you're married to a Southern lady, that means your entire house is going to be cleaned from tip to tail. And I pressure washed. So I had to like pressure. I went out in the backyard and I spent probably majority of the day pressure washing our back patio.
Pressure washing that patio.
Well, okay. Here's why. Is because it got junked up by all of us. So it first took me forever just to get everything off of the patio in the first place.
Okay.
And to also throw away a bunch of stuff and clean up a bunch of stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So that took a big chunk of time. Then I had to do the rugs.
Okay, yeah.
Which we have 2 of. Then after the rugs, which are about the same size as the whole patio with both of them. So it was basically like I did the whole patio twice. And then I had to do the patio after that. And
I feel like you made this last longer.
I didn't. I was not the guy from the walk last week.
I think you were. I think you're like, oh, Allie wants to do all this stuff
No,
inside.
because the kids came out, and then Palmer wanted to pressure wash as well. And I was like, how am I going to say no to my daughter wanting to pressure wash?
No, I need to get through this quickly. We have other things to do.
No, I don't.
There you
go. It was
go.
just too fun. She was so excited, and I wanted to include her. We did. It was so fun. And then Davis was like, I don't know what this is, but this seems exciting. And then tried to put his hands and feet under the water that is like going to destroy him
in the backyard.
Yeah. So anyway, all the kids are in boots. They're playing in the backyard in all the water and the mud that is coming off of pressure washing the patio. So it was just like so fun. We finished up all that. We spent like the entire day doing that. The kids are all dirty. So it's like lunchtime is like come in. Everybody gets like a bath in the middle of the day. Midday bath. We do lunch. They do naps. I go back outside. We clean up the whole backyard. We clean up the inside.
Picked up sticks.
Allie came out and picked up sticks.
Put on my weighted vest.
Which is hilarious because then she tells me, that's the first yard work I've ever done as an adult. And I was like, oh, interesting.
I got married,
that's
so I
hilarious.
Didn't have to do that.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's a Will problem.
So that was like, so it was like a bunch of like housework, backyard work with like the kids
Disclaimer,
in and out of it.
I was in the house doing laundry.
Yeah, Allie did a ton of stuff to get the inside ready. So it's like we're doing all this. The kids are like outside and inside, and we're all doing like just like a very busy, very interactive day. We finally like get all of it done. We do homemade tacos. Which,
taco night.
Taco night is just fantastic. We love taco night. So good. After dinner, we go on just the most fun golf. We have a golf cart that lets us like play music through the golf cart as well. And so we were just jamming, driving around our neighborhood in like perfect like 80-degree weather with a cool breeze.
It was definitely not 80 degrees. It was like 75.
Even better. 75 degrees.
I was like, don't short this.
It was perfect.
Beautiful evening.
It was like the most perfect evening. We were jamming in the golf cart, driving around, come back, bedtime's done. Like the quintessential perfect, like super busy,
it was busy,
super rewarding. Capped it off with like the perfect neighborhood drive in the golf cart.
We are very blessed.
Very blessed day today.
For sure.
So
it's definitely going to sleep tonight with a full heart.
Can't lose, as
Clear
they
eyes,
say.
Full heart. Can't lose. But we kind of did because not only was there a police whistle.
Because the whistles.
Somehow, I genuinely don't know where this came from. Wilson found
a megaphone.
Where
did that even come from?
I don't know.
I swear somebody's trolling us.
He just walks in with a box, and like Wilson's kind of loud as it is. Like
he is a very loud
middle child.
I'm crossing my fingers because I have a Wilson story that's like,
and so
2 Wilson stories in fact.
Look at you using my cross your fingers.
It's a good.
Do I need to cross my fingers that you're crossing your fingers?
No, I got it.
Okay,
it's Wilson.
Wilson comes in with this box and was like, "Mommy, can you put this together?
And you're
I want
just like,
to play with this."
What the heck is this?
Where did you get that?
Where did you find this?
And he couldn't really ever tell me where he found it. So
some stranger probably just.
I'm still I don't know, but it was like
This is like a Narnia
chaos.
situation.
And so I went
Something's in
ahead
the
and put it
cupboard.
together, but it was like a voice changing megaphone. And so, like,
Oh,
he can make it sound like a robot or an alien or
that was
have
it.
it be
Was
an echo.
it was simultaneously
It was
hilarious and
hilarious, but the
frustrating.
worst because he would just like walk around with
Yell.
it and go, ah, like into the megaphone, just, ah. And so I'm
Well,
like, that's
the
enough.
best was when we put Davis down for nap today. And we're like, hey, buddy, Davey's going down for nap. So if you're going to do that, you have to go to Daddy's office, which is like the opposite side of the house, like
Yeah.
upstairs. And we hear him from the kitchen all the way up in that room just going, and a rocket's regular, just into the megaphone with like the
Like,
alien noise.
yeah, it
Like,
was.
it was hilarious. Oh, so speaking of Wilson, I've got 2 Wilson stories for us tonight. Story number 1, which is going to be highly edited, but is hilarious and needs to be shared. The other day, Allie,
Oh, don't share this for the sake of his. For the sake of his
future,
future.
I respect that.
I don't think that should be shared on the internet.
I respect that. That is
Sorry.
fair.
Sorry,
I was on the line
everybody.
about it, but it's just too funny. I almost did. Okay,
You
fine.
just cut it
Cut.
out.
Now we'll leave it in so people know that there's a story that they can't know. And if they want to DM me, I'll tell them. They probably won't, but I'll tell
Probably
them
not.
anyway. Anyway. Okay, the other one. This so I was putting Wilson to bed tonight and I just was cracking up because all right, you remember the New Girl episode? When Nick and Jess are finally at like the comfortable part of their relationship that Nick puts on his nightshirt.
Yes.
And for those of you who are familiar, you'll know exactly what that is. If you're not familiar, it's like a giant t-shirt that like goes down to his ankles
It looks like a dress, yeah.
and it looks like a dress, but it's his nightshirt. Wilson wears nightshirts to
These
like he wears these
nightshirts.
giant shirts. That's it.
Giant
just in his underwear.
t-shirts.
Giant t-shirts that like go down to his
They're
ankle.
great.
And he loves them. He would not go to bed like he used to wear like classic jammies, like tight on your skin, long sleeve,
Tight
long
jammies.
pants, tight jammies. And he cannot stand those anymore. He's just got this big billowy down
just
to
wants
his
a big
ankles,
tee.
big T
I feel
shirt.
that.
And it's
In my core.
hilarious. It is so funny.
I don't know. Have
oh.
we ever discussed the crossing your fingers thing?
No, but go ahead. That's a good one. It's a good
This
kindergarten
is a
teacher
good-
hack, but also
it's
your
actually came from
husband's
my mom.
extremely forgetful hack.
That my mom told me about this, and so like she's done it all the time, and now I do it, and I have also taught my kindergarten class this year, and they did it too. And it was-
Really?
yes, it was so cool.
tell after this one. Tell about cross your fingers. I'll cross my fingers about the
so
other one.
This is a great example of it. I'm in the middle of something and I'm talking about something
Mm-hmm,
or I'm doing something and Will wants to share something. So he's going to cross his fingers. And the crossing of the fingers kind of helps tie
Mm-hmm.
and help put an action to like what he wants to remember. So that way when I'm done, he's going to tell me about why his fingers are crossed.
Correct. All right. The thing. Talk about rice.
What?
We ate rice for dinner and we're cleaning it up. And Allie goes, King family 0, rice 1. Or like
yeah.
whatever.
Rice versus King.
Rice
fam.
versus King family, the rice 1. And I was like, what? I'm like, kind
And
of.
Palmer knew what I was talking about.
I was like, kind of getting it. Palmer's like, ha, like this is good. Yeah. And then I'm like, what is happening right now? I do not get what's going on. And then Allie's like, it's a thing we do at school.
At
I'm
school, we eat lunch in our classrooms, and so every like Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, and they send the kids lunch is provided, and so they send them in these boxes of like their lunch. And so on Taco Tuesday, they also give rice. And so I don't know how rice is for all of you people at home, but
it's all the same if you have small children.
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And so the teachers, we kind of put our heads together and we're like, okay, look, what can we do so we're not having to clean up and sweep up and vacuum all this rice,
Right.
All the time, and it takes
Which
away
you
from
having
other
to
things.
eat lunch in your rooms is another thing altogether. Anyway,
I
go
don't
ahead.
mind it. I kind of like it. It just keeps us in our little nest. I'm
guess.
here for it. But we implemented rice versus kindergarten, and it's like
Everybody loves a
if
good
there
versus.
is rice on the tables on the floor, rice wins, and not like a grain, but like if it looks
it
like
looks like
confetti
there's a mess,
in the
yeah.
room, rice wins. If our area is nice and clean, kindergarten wins.
Right.
And in my classroom, we do something called golden tickets, which is like a positive behavior management system, they get a gold ticket.
I love
And
it.
it creates teamwork.
We
It's
love
like you're
teamwork.
encouraging
Teamwork
your
makes
neighbor,
the
like,
dream
hey,
work.
I see you've got some rice on the table. You might want to clean that
Yeah.
up.
Ask any king kid.
Yeah,
Teamwork makes the dream work. We
for
love
sure.
teamwork.
So we had rice tonight,
Yep.
and rice
Rice
totally
Rice beat the King
whooped us.
family. Beat beat
Whoop.
beat down.
Yeah.
Beat down. All right. So I've got a couple of what I would call quick hits here for us, which
Okay.
is the other day, our pharmacy is also like a gift store. And, and Allie walks in and is talking to the owner of the gift store. And she's like, their kids go to school with us or whatever. And Allie's like, yeah, she mentioned that she's like, I see your husband in here a lot. And I was like, yeah, I'm on a first name basis with our pharmacy.
Well, I said that's because the
Like, talk
boys are
about,
never healthy.
you know
So
what, you know what's fun? Being a regular at your like favorite restaurants in town. You know what's not great? Being a regular at the pharmacy and the
you're like,
doctor's
oh,
office.
another antibiotic.
I used to like walk into our doctor's office before we had to change because that one shut down, and like the front desk people would be like, "Got you covered, Mr. King," and I'd go sit down, and it was just a regular. So I
Yeah.
thought that was really funny that not only am I a regular at a restaurant, like we're
At a
regulars
Waffle
at
House and
restaurants,
Chappie's.
we're regulars at our pharmacy because our poor sickly little boys.
Yeah.
One of them Wilson had in. I
Just
want to call it.
less-
I want to call it Infantago, but
It is
you said
not
it's
even
not
right.
that. What is
No,
it?
it's called impetigo,
Impetigo.
I think.
But it's like looks like leprosy. So Wilson had leprosy a couple weeks ago, and then the Davises had leprosy this week.
Wilson has
Super
an ear
fun to deal with.
infection.
Wilson has an ear infection.
Despite the tubes in his ears.
This is true. This is true. But they're starting to come out because he's like hitting the year mark on
Anywho.
those. Anywho, the other one. This one like cracked me up that I just remembered this. I don't remember what triggered me remembering this, but do you remember when Palmer was like 2 years
I do
old?
remember her being 2. Yeah.
And we lived at Croom House, which is still in our same neighborhood. And we went on a walk one evening after dinner.
Okay.
And for some reason, Palmer decided she was just going to start running.
I think so.
And she ran and
Oh,
ran
ran and
and
ran.
ran
Yeah.
and ran and ran. And that little girl ran for like at least half a mile
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe
in
a
our
little more.
neighborhood nonstop right from the jump. And we were like, what is happening right now? And we were like keeping up. And then she like got to that half mile mark and literally just like sat down, was like, I'm done. I can't go any further.
But then she
But
would
she
try
ran
to
it all
walk.
she ran it all one direction. So it was like, oh, come on, man.
You had to carry her back.
I
And
had
I
to
remember
I had to
'cause
like carry her
she
back.
stood up to like walk, and she was like
Wobbly.
wobbly and like would fall over.
I don't know why that just popped into my head the other day. I was like, you remember when she was just like 2 years old and she just took off running during our like family walk and just kept running and
Just
running.
kept on going.
So funny. And then this is
Pause for some pretty big news from the King household.
wait, what?
Palmer has her first wiggly tooth.
Oh,
And
Palmer.
I'm just like,
This is the King family first. We have a
it's
wiggly
King family
tooth.
first wiggly tooth.
Allie almost jacked it out of her mouth
Okay,
tonight.
not on
Like yanked it out.
didn't.
It's not ready. It's not even close. And
It
Allie
is-
was just
well, now it is.
well, now it is.
No, Palmer asked me to wiggle her tooth, and so I was like, sure.
Which happens at least 4 times a day now
know.
that she has a wiggly tooth. She's so
I was
excited.
wiggling her tooth, and as I am, she jerks back, but my hand's still on the tooth, and when she jerks it back, it like pops it, and it like really pops it. But it's exciting, and I'm just so in my feels about it because I'm like, how in
How
the
have we gotten here
world
so fast?
are we here? Like
know.
we're at the
It's
point
crazy.
of
She's gonna turn 6
she's
next
going to
month.
be in first grade. She's turning 6. She's losing her first tooth.
It's wild.
And I just feel like yesterday was her running half a mile.
I know. I guess that
Toddling
those are two
around.
good comparisons.
Yeah.
Then one that is like classic P as well. We're gonna do a little bloop. The other day after nap, we walked into Palmer's room, and she has this set up, and it looks like she's like holding a seance.
Okay, I would be so fascinated to know, like
What was
genuinely.
going like what's
Well,
going through
no,
her head,
I
or
want to know if other people's kids do this. Like
Palmer does it on a
Palmer
regular basis.
will scurry around the house
Oh,
and just like you.
crossing my fingers.
And I know what that is. Palmer like scurries around the house and like collects
She does. She collect and brings them
things
to her
and
room
takes them to her room. Like
and
it might
builds.
be like my bowl on display, and
Yeah.
here's gonna be like this candle, and here's gonna be this
Whatever
random
toys.
piece
Yeah.
of junk
And
or
like little
toys.
characters, like little duckies or
Yeah,
like a
like,
stuffed
and then
something.
she'll just like
Set them
set
all up
things up.
in like a scene in her room during quiet
Sometimes, like,
times.
even worse, like all of her Tonys are in a circle.
Homegirl loves a
She
seance.
does.
Homegirl
And so,
loves a
like, I
seance.
tell Will all the time, I get so frustrated because she just hoards things. Like, she'll
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
like,
Allie, it's because Allie redecorates the house and gets frustrated when
I
it
don't
gets
redecorate the
undecorated.
house. I don't. But, like, she'll just come by and swipe, like, a vase. And I'm like, put that back.
Yes,
It's not
yeah.
a toy.
It's, it's so funny because it's like, oh my goodness, she's only 5. When she like starts hitting teenage years and those like weird awkward years
Well,
where
she's
like
not
you
going to be
start
grabbing at my
disliking
stuff.
your parents,
No.
y'all are primed to just like butt heads about stuff.
No, we're going to be great.
We'll find out.
We're going to be great. Stay tuned?
Stay
Question mark.
tuned. That'd be incredible if we went for that long. All right.
I
Finger
said the
reasons
word
why
scurry,
she
and I
said
know why
scurry.
he's doing this.
I'm doing it because okay, do y'all ever have those moments with your spouse where it's like you don't know what happened? Like this is not the way life normally is, but for some reason you get on a roll as a couple in a moment and suddenly everything's hilarious. Like every little thing that you do
No,
is
I'm pretty sure
making you
that's just us
belly
because we
laugh.
both think we're the funniest people ever.
We just get in these things where it's like we just and I think part of it's like we're actually being hilarious to each other. You know, like what we're doing is like actual humor and really funny, but it's kind of like stupid humor, like where we're like making fun of each other or like being ridiculous. And like we just start belly laughing and we can't get a hold of ourselves. Well, the other night at my parents' house, it was just like one of those long days and we like felt like we didn't even get to see each other. One of those kind of days. So we like get back up to my childhood bedroom and we're trying to go to bed on this like my mom says it's a queen,
I
but
don't think
it
it
feels
is.
like a full.
I think it's a full.
We are way too close to each
I
other.
hate
Like
it.
we have a king bed. We're like, love
I
you,
don't
can't
love
wait to
you.
not see
See you
you. Yeah,
later.
like
Bye.
good night, bye over there. And so we're like way too close, and suddenly we're just like we get in this hilarious mood where everything is like belly laughs. We're cracking up, and Allie's like in this mood of like, do not get near me, do not even look at me,
I'm
do not like I'm
overstimulated. Like,
overstimulated
just
about
leave me alone.
everything. And of course, the minute Allie does that,
And it's like
gets in that
quiet.
mood,
Like there's a
right?
lull. I'm like, okay, we're done laughing. It's time to go to bed.
Well, and I know she's feeling this way, and like I just start in the bed. I just go. I don't know if y'all can hear that.
You know, you start like,
I'm gonna do it on this.
don't do it on the mic, man. No.
Let's see if
And then
that.
you start like,
I just start in the bed. It's pitch black, and I just start doing like
towards me.
and Allie's like, what is that?
It's like a little rat. It's just terrible.
And so I'm dying laughing, and then I do it again, like down into the bed, and she like freaks out again. She's like, what is happening? What are you doing? Stop doing that. And I'm like, fine. I stop. And then
like a
and
good.
and then I stop for a while, and I slowly, so quietly move my hand up to her pillow, and then right beside her bed, I just start going. Like I do it again right by her ear, and she flipped out, and I was like, "All right, I'm done after
You're
that." That was
done.
too
Get
good. It
out.
was so funny, and we were. I hope y'all experience that. It makes me think. We don't have time to talk about it tonight, but there's this topic that I want us to talk about that I think is good. A good like I feel like our relationship's kind of built on this, and a bunch of people's are. And when I hear people who are like don't have this in their relationship, I'm like, guys, y'all are not gonna make it. Where it's like. The thing is, majority of marriage is about being best friends,
Yeah.
not about being romantic partners or
Yeah.
whatever. like
We had a good conversation about that the other day about like
we did.
the roommate phase
Right.
and how
Yeah.
we need to stop talking about that as a negative thing.
Yes. Like people
in
talk about it as
marriages.
right. So anyway, we don't have time to get into
but
that
that's a
tonight.
really good one.
But I
because
want us to talk about that one in the next one. Cross our fingers for a long period of
all
time.
of you cross your fingers.
That is going to be the topic of one of the topics on the next podcast. But I think that's all I got for tonight. Okay. Do you have anything else you'd like to share, Mrs. King?
I want to talk about my dope shirt.
Oh, yes. I forgot to cross my fingers about that one. Dope shirt.
I did. No,
all right.
I'm just kidding.
This shirt is awesome.
This is awesome.
This is a shirt with what looks like a newspaper printed on the front. But there's an important reason why there's a newspaper on Allie's shirt.
Yes. So fun fact, my dad was a sports editor for the Montgomery Advertiser.
Her whole family is like very good at writing. Very good at writing. So it's just like...
I did not get that gene, but...
Incorrect. You were very good at it too. You just didn't pursue it professionally, but like you...
Anywho, this was my dad's article.
Anywho. Your dad's article.
This is my dad's article that he wrote in 1993.
The year you were born.
I was 2 months old.
2 months old. Your dad wrote this article, and I have a T-shirt of it.
It was about the Iron Bowl and Auburn versus Alabama football game. If you don't know what that is, and so I don't really know if like family members put this on T-shirts or whatever, but it's kind of just been like passed around through the family. There's several of us that have the T-shirts, and so this has become like one of my faves.
It is a classic. It's a classic Allie shirt. We all have classic shirts.
For sure.
The fact that we're doing this podcast on video is going to show you all that I have like a rotation of like 4 shirts that I wear all the time.
But it's a dope shirt. Article
it is.
Written by my dad.
Also, before we close it out, y'all remember Summer Alley from last week where I talked about the difference between School Alley and Summer Alley, how I'm married to 2 women. I'm going to do one last bloop. This is Summer Alley. Summer Alley is a perfectly like TikTok-esque storage like wife.
Organizational.
Like loves organization. Never does it during the school year.
Okay. I feel like Work Alley is getting dealt not a fair hand to.
Look,
I don't let the house go to shambles. It's not like everything's not organized. Tread lightly. Ew.
that was gross. I'm sorry.
That was really bad.
I would not say.
It's not like
I would not
our
describe
house
the
is
house
a
as
dumpster fire.
I would not describe the house as organized during the school year. I would describe it. I would describe it as maintained and functional. But I don't know if I would describe it as once. I need a before picture, but nobody takes pictures of the snack drawer before it's organized.
I just feel like don't be dogging on Work Alley. Work Alley does a lot still.
Work Alley does a ton, and is the whole reason why Summer Alley's the one who organizes, because School Alley's too busy trying to like teach 20 children how to read who don't even know what letters are. Okay. So yeah, Work Alley is incredible.
Alley still gets things done here at the
both
house.
alleys are incredible. It's just Summer Alley has more time for the things that aren't necessary in life.
I just don't love that we talk positively about an alley that's only 2 months out of the year.
Let me tell you, that 2 months feels like a whole year because it's just packed full of fun and exciting things. You didn't know where I was going with that.
That still didn't land very well. I'm like, you still should love all of me.
Of course, I love all of you.
Interesting.
We're literally doing a podcast because I enjoy spending time with you. And we started it during the middle of a school year.
This is not incorrect.
This is not incorrect. Nailed it. All right, we're done. Good night.
Okay, bye.